Hello, I'm just doing a quick little video, live about current issues that's been going on in this month. We are how long away from the election? We are less than a month away from November the 5th, the great day of election day. Are we voting? Are we voting for one? Are we voting for Donald Trump? Are we voting for Kamala Harris? Who are we voting for, people? It's kind of odd that during these troubling times, and yes, it's troubling times here in America, the only options that we have at hand are Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. We only have Donald Trump and Kamala Harris as options to vote November the 5th. It's also odd during this time, we're having so much distraction. You guys don't think it's a little odd that Diddy was arrested September the 16th? You guys don't think it's a little odd that all this is going on during the election time? During the election time of Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. When it comes down to all these allegations, see, I call these things distractions. Really distractions. And that is why I titled this thumbnail, "Are you a banana or are you a Diddy?" Because the definition of a... Hello, May. Hello, Saddam. Hello. How you guys doing? Yes, this is my live, and I'm asking, does anybody know what the phrase of a banana means in YouTube world? The phrase of banana in YouTube world are people who, quote unquote, subscribe to different channels, and they supposed to support each other. They're supposed to support each other, right? When you say subscribe, but instead they just say banana for YouTube reasons. So they won't get quote unquote flagged. So they'll say, "I bananaed you," or "Thanks for the banana." And it's supposed to be for, we're supposed to support each other. Are you a banana or are you a Diddy? Diddy in the sense of you're only doing stuff for clout. You're only doing things just to get in a position that you're in, just to get monetized. I remember the visit your house. The visit the house. What are you talking about, babe? But like I said, when it comes down to are you a banana or are you a Diddy, it's just a lot of distractions going on. Hello, this is Politic Graham. I'm talking about what's going on. May, what are you talking about? I remember the visit your house. What? But like I said, it's so many distractions going on here in America when it comes down to people are not focusing on what we need to focus on. The focus is we need to vote November the 5th. I don't care if you don't vote for your so-called Kamala Harris or so-called Donald Trump. Wherever you live in America, you do have local government. You do have other entities to vote for other than just president. Where I live, I have to vote for a district attorney in my county. And unfortunately, it is one of Kamala Harris's friends, Fani Willis. Anybody who doesn't know who Fani Willis is, we'll talk about that. Hello, Gaurav. Hello. Due to multiple, we were moving ability to live stream. Oh my goodness, here we go. I know you are a troll. You are a troll. Trolls. Trolls. This, I know you are not that person. You are a troll. May, you said you can put a name on the ballot. Yes, you're absolutely correct, May. Put a name on the ballot. And see, that's the thing I want people to actually understand. People have to actually vote. Put something, do something, be a voice. Because if you don't vote, you're going to continue to get what you're seeing right now that's going on in America. You're going to continue to receive a lot of mess, a lot of drama, because the candidates that we have running for president right now, and specifically, I know people are not going to like what I say, with Kamala Harris, she has not been vocal enough as far as representing herself, to be vice president. May Rain says exactly it is. She has not been vocal enough to be representing this country, in my personal opinion. May Rain says she hasn't done nothing. Exactly. Kamala Harris has not done anything. And this is just nothing but distractions that are going on. And I wish people, and I hope people wake up. And if you don't vote, and I'm going to put it out there when I say this, if you don't go vote November the 5th, you are a Diddy. You are a Diddy. And all of these so-called people that put themselves on high pedestals, like they're so much better, and there's so much, this even in the YouTube world. It's like there's no real quote unquote support. May Rand says, and when you ask her, what have you done? All you get is a joker laugh. Exactly. And I'm glad you mentioned that, May. I'm going to play that little laugh that she does. And I want people to actually just wake up and just actually see what's going on. Because with what's going on today, we don't have time for this little, I'm finna play it. It's just doesn't make sense with that laugh. I think, you know what I think it is? I think it's a nervous laugh. I really think it's a nervous laugh. I'm trying to find it, you guys. Let me go ahead and see if this is on my page. It is that laugh. It is that laugh that is just, but see, nobody wants to talk about the real conversations and issues that need to be addressed. Kamala, she diverts the matter. Even when they had the hurricane, when we had the hurricane down in the southeast of America, she diverted it and pushed it black, saying drama about Donald Trump. Even to so much to the point, till this day, the governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis, has not spoken to her, because in the words, it's a political game. I'm using her own words that she used against Donald Trump. She is a political game. So I need people to not fall for, you said it, May, that joker laugh. And I'm trying to, that joker laugh is just, it doesn't make sense. Do you hear that? That joker, that joker laugh. I'm going to play it again. Now, I'm going to play this, and I want people to actually wake up. Hello, you guys. This is Politic Graham. I put this thumbnail in to ask people, are you a banana or are you a Diddy? If you do not vote November the 5th, If you do not put something in the ballot, if you do not vote for your local government, if you do not go out and do something, ask yourself this question. Are you a banana or are you a Diddy? Banana is the phrase that YouTube content creators use to say, okay, we all need to support one another. We all need to so-called subscribe to each other, right? To help one another get quote unquote monetized. But you do have people, even in the YouTube content world, they do things for clout. They will act like they support you, but then they don't, and they will use you just to make money off of you, just to clout from you, so they can become monetized and make money, aka become a Diddy. So are you a Diddy or are you a banana? Now I'm gonna play this laugh from Kamala Harris one more time before I move forward with this particular conversation with what's going on, even in Florida. I'm going to play it one more time. And I want people to actually understand. Hello, CFAX. You say vote for Trump. You're voting for Trump. Anybody coming in, hit that like button. This is a opening platform where you can put your opinions about in politics. This is not a pro Kamala Harris room or pro Trump. This welcomes everybody. So if you can please hit that like button and put how you really feel in the chat. Because at the end of the day, I'm very disturbed by what is going on in today's world, especially even since we've had this hurricane. Joe Biden has done so much. He's done overtime. How old is President Joe Biden? Joe Biden should not be going to Kamala Harris campaign rallies trying to tell people to vote for her, and she's the same person that cannot even talk or speak to the governor of Florida, who has been hit hard by this hurricane. His entire state of Florida. He has been hit by Hurricane Milton. He has been hit by Hurricane Helen. He has been hit, and it's ironic. People don't see what is really going on. And I call this, ladies and gentlemen, and for the so-called people, others of the LGBTQIA plus community, I call this, ladies and gentlemen, this is a distraction. This is a complete, utter distraction. Okay? This is a country where we're supposed to be what? We're supposed to be able to vote. We're supposed to be able to have freedom of speech. Use what you have. Use your mind. Use the rights that we as Americans were given. Do not fall for these quote unquote Kamala Harris words that she's using, political games. Because this is the same person that avoids questions. This is the same person that avoids actually dealing with real issues like border control, that deals with real issues like this huge inflation that has happened in America. This is the things that are going on. And all of this fake laughter that she does, it is unbelievable. It is unbelievable. And I'm going to say this, and I really want people to stop with this nonsense of, Diddy this, Diddy that. Guess what? Diddy is in jail. Diddy has not gotten out. Diddy has been denied, 3 times now? So at this point, your focal point should be Kamala Harris. Your focal point should be Donald Trump. Why? Because the election day is November the 5th. We don't have time, ladies and gentlemen, to play these type of games. Hello, Herbal Goddess. Thank you for coming in. Thank you so much. And I want to say I deleted that video. I deleted that video last night. Okay, because I will make another video on in response to what happened last night, because that's pertaining to what's going on here in America when it comes down to the high rate in crime, when it comes down to so many. How is it we have, hello, yes, peace to you, Herbal Goddess. How is it we as Americans, we as taxpayers, hello, Darren, we as taxpayers, we are going through all this. We don't even have as much rights as illegal immigrants that are crossing over the border. How is it they get more rights, they get more government support than people who were born here, people who pay taxes here? Vincent says, for President Trump and Vance. Hello, you guys. This is Politic Graham. Please hit that like button. I'm just actually, making a quick live in regards to asking, are you a banana or are you a Diddy? Diddy in the sense that, and I'm going to put it out there, are you that person that just do things for clout? Are you that person that take advantage of other people to profit for your own self or to have power? This is what has happened to Diddy. This is what has happened. And this is what Kamala Harris is doing right now. Me personally, I don't think she doesn't care about the Americans. She only cares about who? Kamala Harris. That's all she cares about. I'm very upset with the fact, the lack of energy and time that she's put in with these countries, not countries, with these states that were affected by the hurricane, specifically North Carolina, specifically Florida. I'm very concerned, and it is disturbing that Joe Biden, this man, he was forced to step down, and we as Americans was not given the right to even say who we wanted to run for president. He gave us Kamala Harris. He gave us her to actually vote, vote for. I didn't want Kamala Harris to represent the Democratic Party, in my personal opinion. What has she done? What has she done? Even when she was running for vice president against Joe Biden, she came with drama. She came with political games. She put the quote unquote race card out there. She questioned Joe Biden to say supposedly, allegedly, she questioned him on a lot of things. And I think Joe Biden back then, his hands were tied, just like his hands were tied now. I really believe that, because he, for one, should have not tried to run again for president because of what he has not done himself in the White House, because of we all see how he is acting. It's nothing. It's just age, right? It's just age. But all of these so-called politicians, all of these people that could have tried to run for president, what are you guys scared of? This is why I say you have to vote November the 5th. Even if you don't vote for president, like I said, vote for your local government. Where I live in the state of Georgia, this is a heavy state. It can go either way. We have a great, phenomenal governor, Governor Brian Kemp. Phenomenal governor. But the thing is, here in Georgia, the county that I live in Fulton. This is the same county that has put all these number of charges against Donald Trump. And it's by a district attorney named Fonnie Willis, Who is Fonnie Willis? Fonnie Willis is the same person that came from the same state as Kamala Harris, California, that actually went to the White House and had a meeting. Why did she have a meeting before she put these charges against Donald Trump? She had a meeting in the White House with Kamala Harris, with the Biden administration, before she made the big announcement on against Donald Trump in Fulton County. And what has happened to that case, you guys? Take a wild guess. Just like the other cases, except the case in New York, it has been postponed. Why has it been postponed? It has been postponed because of Fonnie Willis allegedly, supposedly was having an affair with a married man who she hired to be part of the prosecution team against Donald Trump. And his name is Nathan Wade. See, these are the things people don't understand. This is what you call, quote unquote, people are doing things for clout. People are doing things. Vincent said she's going to, what did you say, Vincent? The border, as soon as she becomes president, she created the mess. And exactly. And to be honest, I'm going to say this. It was really Joe Biden, if you guys go back, when as soon as he became president, and she's under Joe Biden, so we're going to say Kamala. But as soon as Joe Biden got into office, what did he do within that first month upon him becoming president? He removed all of those acts. He removed a lot of those acts that Donald Trump had put for the border, against the border, as far as bringing people over here. It's no structure. It is no order. People are doing what they want to do here. You have millions of people crossing the border, and there is no control. And now it's to the point, somebody's going to have to come in. If it's Donald Trump, okay, if it's Donald Trump, if he wins November the 5th, or Kamala Harris, if she wins, guess what? Somebody's going to have to come in and clean up the mess that has been made. And I'm really over this at this point. It makes no sense for us to go through this, to actually be on the level, be on the actual level that's going on. Because guess what? Guess what, you guys? Guess what? Diddy is still going to be in jail. Guess what, you guys? Guess what? We're still going to have high inflation. I'm going to show you this video that Donald Trump, as part of his new campaign, he showed clips of Kamala Harris, and he stated it. He was very just straight up. You vote for Kamala Harris, you're going to get increase in taxes even more. You vote for Kamala Harris, you're not gonna get out of this inflation. You're not. And Kamala Harris, what is she gonna do once she becomes president? Laugh. Do that same laugh. So she speaks about, one of the things I don't like that she speaks about, well, if you vote for us, me and Tim Wants, we promise for all first-time homeowners, we're going to give a $25,000. What did you say? $25,000? See, this is the thing. $25,000. You say that you're actually going to provide that for all first-time homeowners. But what people don't realize here in America, it costs. Everything is high here. $25,000 is not enough as far as a home goes, especially when it comes down to mortgage, especially when it comes down to taxes. That is not enough. And then this is my next question. Where is the money going to come from? Because I don't know if you know this, you guys. Joe Biden last week, he had to do a press conference to inform the Congress that the disaster fund is running low, and they need to hurry up and clear this up. So with all these fundings, it's like fundings over here are going low. We already have inflation going on here in America. What do you think is going to happen when Kamala Harris becomes president? What did you say? Hello. I'm trying to see. I'm sorry. Let me see. Hello, Jennifer. If your parents owned the house, you are disqualified for a house. The longer you have been in the U.S., the more so we are. Exactly, Jennifer. Thank you. I'm going to repeat what Jennifer just said. If your parents owned the house, you are disqualified for the house the longer you have been in the U.S. Exactly. So my whole thing is, who is getting the help? See, this is why the House of Senate and the House of Representatives, they are continuing to clash. They are continuing to clash because even with their little plans, let's see, who is this? Hello, John. What did you say? Girl, there is and will be more money for relief. John, let me ask you this. You say there is money, more money. Okay, let's bring it back. Where do you think the money is coming from? And first of all, my name is Politic Graham. Where do you think the money is coming from? Okay, think about that. People need to actually just wake up. Wake up and see what's really going on. Okay, wake up. Kamala Harris, she should have been the one on the forefront when it came down to asking for more relief money for these hurricane victims, these families. She should be in the forefront. She's the vice president. She is the vice president. So when it comes down to this, the money, the funds, I don't want to see even more huge inflation at this particular point. I cannot stress that even more. I don't want to see any higher of an inflation. We can't afford it. This is America. We cannot afford it. We cannot afford to continue this mess that we're in. We cannot afford to fall for the flim-flam. We can't. And people need to actually wake up. Because at the end of the day, Jennifer said, if you have house insurance, then you are disqualified for getting the $750 taxable grant from FEMA. But we are more worried about everyone but taxpayers. I see a bigger gap, exactly a bigger gap between rich and poor. And see, that's why I actually try to tell people, I want people to really understand. Here in America, everybody is not quote unquote rich. Everybody is not that silver. Everybody was not born with a silver spoon, a gold spoon in their mouth. You know, like, we have serious times going on now, people. We have serious times. And I'm going to bring it to myself. For me personally, the way I do things, it might seem a little erratic or radical when I do certain things, like even where I live. I don't like asking the government for things. I don't, because you don't know how the government may come. Herbal the Goddess says the government just gave $157 million to Lebanon. Now, I didn't want to do it, Herbal Goddess and Jennifer. I didn't want to look. You put it out there, Herbal the Goddess. I didn't want to put it out there. But guess what, though? You guys are. I appreciate you guys saying what people are afraid to say, because this is why the Border Act, the Border Security Act has not been cleared, because when it comes down to the House of Senate, they actually want a bill that deals with providing more funds to wars, to overseas. I'm not going to say the specific countries. Hint, hint. I'll just say it this way. The current wars that are going on now overseas between other countries that really doesn't have anything to do with us. Joe Biden signed the bill to provide millions, 95 million back in April. 95 million. And what was the response? It made matters worse. See, we need to have the focus on Mr. Biden, Miss Harris. What are we doing today? What are we doing for the Americans? Because Jennifer pointed it out. What about people who have homes, in the family that came, from the family? What about those citizens? Everybody are not quote unquote first time homeowners. Some people, I'll say it this way. Here in Atlanta, people are losing their homes. Families are losing their homes. When their loved ones pass away, it becomes chaos. What about the people? What about those people? What about that? Not one time in the vice presidential debate between Walz and Vance, Walz didn't speak of any of that. He only spoke about those first-time homeowners. He only spoke about that. See, this is why people need to actually just kind of wake up. Jennifer says, my mom is one of 6 in Yoma. Their house was 50. In Yoma, Arizona, their house was 50,000. See, this is what I'm talking about, and I'm going to try not to get emotional because I have a tendency to get emotional, but it is a lot going on with people who have homes and lost their homes when their relatives passed away. It is a lot going on when it comes down to these, it's just here in America. It's too much going on. It is just too much going on. And we have to have a focal point, because if you don't have a focal point, you're gonna see more and more people take your homes, and more and it's going on here in Georgia. It's going on here in Atlanta. You're having so many families lose their homes. You're having so many families actually becoming that statistic, that quote unquote word, homeless. That's why I try to tell people, you can't judge a book by its cover. All people that live in America are not rich. We're not rich. And you have to ask yourself, is Kamala Harris the one to make a quote unquote change? Is she that one? Is she that one that will save you? Is she really? Because this is the same person when she was district attorney. When she was district attorney, she had someone falsely sentenced for a case. He was later found not guilty, but he ended up serving time in prison. In California, San Francisco, they had to pay him $13 million for the negligence of Kamala Harris when she was district attorney. So just think about that. When she was district attorney, the the San Francisco lost 13 million off of one case due to the fact they did not want to put in the DNA test that helped Jamal True Love become innocent and found not guilty and released from prison. Imagine what the actions Kamala Harris would do when she becomes president. Imagine that. Imagine that. You guys think it's bad now. If you guys think it's bad now, wait till November the 5th. And when I say these quote unquote distractions, people want to say all this about Donald Trump. They want to say all this about Donald Trump, but what has he really done in the past 4 years? You can't pin it all on Donald Trump. You can't really pin it all on him. You can't. Because at the end of the day, Donald Trump wasn't the one that was in office. He wasn't. He wasn't the one in office. He wasn't the one that caused you not to make a decision if you're gonna pay your bills versus are you gonna actually go to the grocery store to buy food. He wasn't in office. It was Biden. It was Harris. That's who was in office. So people need to not fall for the distractions. And I'm sorry if people don't understand that, but I see people like Jennifer in this live. She understands it. I see people like Herbal the Goddess. She understands it. And it's to the point, even with it's just, it has to stop. This has to come to a ending. And I'm going to make some more videos dealing with on a political stance. And I want to say this. I want to make this announcement even with my particular platform. This is Politic Graham. If you come in, please hit that like button. With this particular page, due to me, my actions becoming, sometimes I can become radical, because I did a live last night where I actually was outside at night filming to show people what goes on here where I live, where I stand, okay, when it comes down to the crime. I want to actually say, moving forward, this page would be politics primarily. But with the live that I did last night, I wanted to show people need to take a stance. Take a stance. Because if you wait for Kamala Harris, if you wait for this government that can't even make a decision with something such as a border control, border security act, they can't even make a decision with that. What do you really think they're gonna do with your welfare, your living, your well-being? What do you think they're gonna do? What do you really think they're gonna do at that point? Now, people can say what they want to say about Donald Trump, but I want people to actually look at this campaign commercial that Donald Trump showed at a recent rally. And you ask yourself this, was he lying? Is it a lie? Is it the truth? I'm trying to pull it up now. I want you guys to really ask yourself, was he telling a lie when he did this commercial at his press conference? I'm trying to pull it up now, you guys. Hold on. Okay, here we go.
We're not going to have a communist leading our country. She's a communist. She's also known as the taxing queen. She loves taxes. This is the first time I've ever seen. I've been doing this for a long time, only for a short time on this side, but I became president. But I've been doing it for a long time, where somebody's campaigning on massive tax hikes. She's campaigning, we will raise your taxes. And people, some people, they're not the smartest people, but they can, oh, thank you very much. Taxes. Well, and let's give her credit for one thing. It's probably the only thing she's honest about. She's going to raise your taxes at levels never seen before, and she's going to drive out all the jobs in the country that I created. We're not going to have a communist leading our country. She's a communist. She's also known as the taxing queen. She loves taxes. This is the first time I've ever seen it. I've been doing this for a long time, only for a short time on this side, but I became president, but I've been doing.
So exactly, Jennifer, you said, I don't hear lies. Jennifer says, I don't hear lies. Sometimes he's blunt, but Trump says it like it is. He's 77 years old. Most people are at that age, and rightfully so. Exactly. He's a very blunt guy. He's a very straight up person, right? But I would rather have somebody just be straight up than somebody that will smile in my face and give me false hopes and dreams. Because that is all what Kamala Harris is doing. She's giving you false hopes and dreams. She's telling you what you want to hear. I'm going to provide money to all you first-time homeowners. I'm going to actually promise we're going to provide money to families. I'm going to make sure, and even with Tim Walz, they're giving you this dream, but guess what? Everything is not good and glam when it comes down to life. Everything is not. It's not glam. It's not glam. It's not glamorous. Trump is just being honest. What are you going to do? So I'm glad that people are understanding where I'm coming from. I will try to do more political conversations like this, because really when I started this live, my conversation was going to be about people who are supporting you online or as far as YouTube content versus people who who are just doing it for clout. They'll say one thing and do another. Like I stated, the live that I did last night, that is just the way my reaction. My reaction, I'm going to talk about myself. The way I am, I don't have any siblings. Jennifer says she's not black. That angers me because all she is proving is that she divides and will continue. And I'm happy someone in Atlanta are thinking right. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Jennifer. But you know what? I can't. You know what's so sad about this? I can't have these conversations here in Atlanta. The Herbal Goddess says we are going to have serious problems. That woman gets in office as president. Yes, serious problems. And see, it's really sad to the point where people don't see it. Don't vote for somebody just because they tell you they wash collard greens in the tub. Don't vote for somebody just because they say they are a woman. They will be the quote unquote first black, first South Asian woman. Do not vote for somebody just because of that, because that's the problem here in Atlanta. That's the main problem here we have in Atlanta. And it's the main problem we have in the local government. In the local government here. Don't be scared. Jennifer says, I'm scared because she wants censorship to control. You know why she wants that, Jennifer? She wants that because when people know they're doing wrong, that's when they want you to be quiet. They want you to be quiet. Jennifer says, Tulsi is someone I want the young girls to look up to. Yes. You know what, Jennifer? I have video like clips. I I wish she would be the one running in office right now. Because when she had her debate, she calls out Kamala Harris every time. But the thing is, people want somebody that in the words that you said, Jennifer, when it comes down to censorship, they want somebody that they just tap around issues, tap and dance around issues. Because I'm going to be honest, Kamala Harris, I don't see her being able to have serious conversations with these world political leaders outside of America. She can't even have a conversation with the governor of Florida, Ron DeSantis. She can't even have a conversation when it comes down to the hurricanes, when it comes down to the catastrophe that's going on in Florida. So, for me personally, I want people to be a voice. And like I said, with the live that I did, it may have turned people the wrong way, but that's just the way I am. That is just the way I am. And when I say the way I am, I'm the person that will speak up when other people won't speak up, will do something when other people don't do anything. Because as long as I've been here in Georgia, in Fulton County, I have seen what happens when you vote for the wrong reasons. When you vote for somebody just because they're quote unquote black. When you vote for somebody just because they're a woman. When you vote for somebody just because, it has nothing to do with the issues. You know what you get? You get high crime. You get crazy tax raises. And you get corruption. That is what you get. And Jennifer says, about time we hear someone. Let's see. About time we hear someone when she speaks and demands attention when she speaks. Tulsa is going to do good in Trump's administration. She will run for president. Jennifer, you also says country will respect her. Tulsi will one time be president. I hope so, Jennifer. I hope so, because she has the experience. She has the experience. And when I say experience, let me correct myself, okay? Because anybody who's never been in presidential office, they've never had quote unquote experience unless they were already a president like Trump. Like Donald Trump, like former President Obama, Joe Biden. The list goes on and on. But when I say experience, in Tulsi's case, she's actually been in the military. When I say experience, she's actually touched people, had conversations with regular, down-to-earth people. I don't get this when it comes down with Kamala Harris. I don't see this. Jennifer says, yes, she's an officer in the National Guard. She has been to DC and came out to the poor. And came out poor. Yes, and came out poor. So you are absolutely right. I don't see, this is what really gets me. I don't understand why people like Tulsi, it just seems as if they don't get the respect that's deserved. They do not get the respect that is deserved. Because I loved it when she called Kamala Harris out during presidential election, when she was running. I loved it when she called her out on it. When she called her out on what Kamala Harris did when she was a district attorney, when she was a Senate. People don't understand the things that Kamala Harris has done, or should I say not done, for people that voted for her. They don't understand it. They don't. And see, that's why people from other countries, they look at us Americans like Like, well, everybody's rich. Because it to outsiders, they look at it like, wow, they have it made in America. Wow. It's amazing how somebody such as Kamala Harris, she can actually run for president. But what has she done? What has she done? And it really gets me with Tulsi. Like, I wanted her to run for president. I wanted her to actually run. I wanted politicians such as her to be giving the rights, the freedom to be able to run. But guess what? That right, your right, Jennifer, my right, was taken away when Joe Biden stepped down and gave it to Kamala Harris. Our rights were taken away, people, ladies and gentlemen, LGBTQIA plus community, your rights were taken away. Wake up. Wake up. And November the 5th is coming. Jennifer says, I value her and Thomas Massey, not bought. She put black men in jail for weed. And geez, when is the last time you seen a pothead stealing a bag of chips and from 7-Eleven? See, we can talk about that because even with Kamala Harris, she brags about as far as mentioning as far as arresting people for marijuana, right? But this is the same person that said she used to partake in it as well. This is the same person. This is the same person. I want somebody that's going to be straight up. I want somebody that's not going to be hypocrite. I want somebody that's not going to just sugarcoat anything. I want somebody that's going to say something and stand up for it. You're not saying anything. You're not saying anything when you do one thing, when you say one thing, but you do something completely different. Look at what she did recently. Look at what she did back in, what was it, 2000? Back in 2000, what was it, 2018, 2019? This is the same woman, Kamala Harris is the same person that said she was against fracking. This is the same person that said she was against it. But soon as Joe Biden called her and told her that he was going to nominate her and he wanted her to be vice president, she changed her decisions then. Now she's for fracking. But beforehand, she was against it. Beforehand, she was against fracking. And if I'm lying, let's pull the receipts up. Let's pull it up. Because I have time today. Me, Jennifer, the herbal goddess. We have some time today, ladies and gentlemen. We have receipts. When she said one thing and she did another. Kamala Harris has continued to say all these things to make you feel good. Make you feel good. But it's not good when you lose your home. It's not good when you cannot provide for your family. It's not good when you have to make a decision. Do I go to school or do I have to continue to work a 9-to-5 job 12 hours a day? I have to work 2 jobs. That's not a good feeling because guess what? How are you going to have time for your kids? How are you going to have time for your mental welfare? How? You're not going to have time for your health, your family, if you're so busy working 2 to 3 jobs. All because of what? Hopes and dreams that Kamala Harris promised, but she never provides it. She never provides what she tells you. I'm serious. It has to stop. When are people going to take a stand? And I'm sorry, when it comes down to marijuana, ladies and gentlemen, that's not what's causing the crime to go high in America. But Kamala Harris, this is the same person that arrested people for that. She arrested people for that when she was in California. This is before she was in office. But look what she's done now as vice president. Hello, Jim. How you doing? Yes, I am fired up, Jim. Yes, I am fired up. So I'm basically talking about people need to take a stand and people need to vote. People need to vote here in America, November the 5th. Please. Please vote. And Jennifer, I'm going to give you a jacket. I'm sorry. I'm going to give you a jacket. I'm going to try to see if I can give you a jacket. Because it's like people like you, Jennifer, you get it. You get it. And I'm going to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this is Politic Graham channel. I'm not trying to sit here and say I'm quote unquote Republican, I'm quote unquote independent, I'm quote unquote liberal, I'm quote unquote Democrat. Guess what? I'm speaking for the voices that are unheard here in America. Jim says, I was just waking up and awake now. Yes, and I wish these 37 people that I see in this life, please hit that like button. And I'm glad that you're in this chat because we all need to wake up. Wake up. Today it is Saturday here. I don't know where you are, where people are here in this chat. I don't know if you're what world, what country, where you're from. I don't know, but I just want to make sure I take a stand. And see, sometimes my actions can be radical, but guess what? I'm going to give a little bit about myself. With me, I come from a family where my father, he was raised on a farm. He could not read or write. And guess what? Even though he could not read or write, he had made sure he bought a house. He made sure he worked hard. He did that American dream. He did that. But I will be darned if somebody like Kamala Harris tells me lies. And everything my dad stood for, everything that he's done, my parents have done, I will be darned if it would be in vain. It's not. And people need to wake up. People need to actually wake up. Stand up. Don't wait for somebody to just tell you false dreams and false hopes. Because it's a scary situation when somebody such as Kamala Harris, she would tell you one thing and within a matter of a month change it. Switch it up. Switch it all up. And then she throws it out. She throws it out against Donald Trump and says that he's the dangerous person.
For a long time.
She throws it out and says that he's the dangerous person. That we have to be careful with what we say. Grinchen, hello Grinchen. You say he is. What? Say what you want, Grinchen. Why do you Grinchen say Donald Trump is dangerous and not Kamala Harris? Jennifer says my grandpa was very much like your dad. That makes me very upset. All the kids graduated not being able to read. Jim says, can't wake zombies. Gretchen, I just want to know, and I'm serious. This is a platform where we can all welcome everyone and talk. So put it in the chat. Why do you say Donald Trump is dangerous? Okay, see, the world that I come from, okay, I need you to break it down. Don't put something in the chat, Gretchen, that just says Project 2025. Break it down. What's in Project 2025? Break it all the way down. Please tell me. Please tell me. And when you break that down, tell me what Kamala Harris has done for you. Tell me what Kamala Harris has done for you since she's been vice president for almost 4 years. Just tell me. Because at this particular time, I'm going to be honest, Gretchen. I'm going to be honest. It's between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. It's neck and neck for me. It's neck and neck. Because you can't call somebody dangerous. You can't call Donald Trump dangerous. And then you're doing the same thing by putting that energy out there. That is what Kamala Harris has done. She put that energy out there recently. She put that same type of energy. She did. She put that energy even when the hurricanes. We had the hurricanes in the southeast. Gretchen, I don't know where you're from. I don't know where you're from, but where I'm from, Bulky says, three noble, I'm not going to read, Middle East, 3 different countries, sounds super. Jennifer says, Trump had nothing to do with 2025. He said he doesn't support it and said he will not support it. However, the media shoves it down your throat that he is and will support. See, thank you, Jennifer. I wish I could pin this. I wish I could. Let me see if I can pin this. Thank you, Jennifer. Trump had nothing to do with 2025. Gretchen, I'm waiting on you. Enlighten us. I'm serious. Because I have my receipts on my end. So I can actually take note what you're saying. You say Donald Trump is dangerous. But what about Kamala Harris? What about Kamala Harris? See, people don't want to hear the truth. People do not want to hear the truth. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you coming in. This is Politic Graham. We're having a conversation about what's going on today in this world. As far as are you going? Who are you going to vote for? Are you a Diddy or are you a banana? Diddy in the sense of somebody's going to tell you what they want you to hear, and at the end of the day, they're going to keep you quiet. They're going to laugh in your face. They're going to smile in your face. And then, such as Kamala Harris. Because at the end of the day, they're doing all of this to get what they want. And in Kamala Harris' case, it's not only just the money, it's about the power. It's about power. That's why she wants to be president. She doesn't care. She does not care about the quote unquote Americans. What's going on right in today's society in America. If she really cared, she would put her forces down and put her women pants up and go down there to Florida and try to have a real conversation with the governor. Because if you can't have a conversation with these politicians now, Kamala Harris, how in the world are you going to have a conversation when you become president? Tell me that. How are you going to deal with differences? How? Tell me that. Because at the end of the day, Willie Brown is 92 years old. Your former ex-boyfriend, Willie Brown, who was the godfather of politics in San Francisco. Look him up, ladies and gentlemen. He's not going to be there for you, Miss Harris, when you become president. You're not going to have people to protect you. Joe Biden and Jill Biden, they're not going to be able to protect you once you become president. How are you going to have real conversations with real people, real politicians? So I want people to take a stand. And like I said, it's not enough time. It's too much going on in today's world. It's too much going on for people to just go off of that laugh. That laugh, I call it a nervous laugh that Kamala Harris does every time. She does this nervous laugh. I want people to just wake up and really, really educate yourself. Don't believe look, I'll say this. Don't take my word. Don't take Jennifer's word. Don't take the Herbal Goddess word. Don't take Jim words. As far as do your own research. And that is the problem a lot of people here in America don't want to do. They want to just go off of what is being shown to them through the media. Because see, Kamala Harris, she want to put out that Project 25. She wants to put out that Project 25, but she doesn't want to talk about She doesn't want to talk about the things that she has not done that she said she was going to do. Since she's been in office, she doesn't want to talk about matters such as that. And even with Tim Walz, people don't want to take a stand. And at this particular point, I'm over it. I really am. I'm over it at this point. And like I said, with this particular page, I'm going to move forward to primarily just talk about politics. I'm going to move forward with doing that. But I'm going to be very honest. This is a channel that I can be radical sometimes. I can. But please take note. I don't mean any harm. I don't do anything to harm people. I don't do anything to harm my family. I don't do anything to harm my mother. I don't. I do not. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm not that type of person. And never has been. So I need people to take a stand. I need people to go out and vote November the 5th. Let's show how we can act accordingly. Because I don't need no more people putting out that false information stating that Donald Trump is dangerous. That, oh, well, it's going to be, I don't know what's going to happen on election day. See, they tell you that because they don't want you to vote. They tell you that because they want you to continue to have this fear. They tell you, when I say they, I'm speaking of all the parties. I'm going to say all the parties that put out there in the wind that Donald Trump is dangerous. That put out in the wind that be careful as far as voting November the 5th. Be careful. No, vote. Go out and vote. Because guess what? We live in a country where we can have platforms like this. We live in a country where we can go out and actually go out and about. So take advantage of your freedom of expression. Take advantage of your rights. Take advantage of it. Gretchen, exactly. And see, I'm sorry. Let me read what you said. Gretchen, she is a vice president. She can only do so much as vice president. I would give you that, Gretchen. I will give you that. Jim says, do our own research. That's what they dread. Exactly. Jennifer says, I actually like being proud to be an American, should not feel otherwise. The F has been, I'm trying to be careful, has been weaponized against us. We can't buy a Bible or we are on a list. The country was founded on religion. Yes. Gretchen says, I agree. Vote, vote, vote. Jennifer, Trump had nothing to do with Project 2025. Gretchen, I appreciate, we can actually come, to, that's why I said, with this particular platform, we can have differences. But see, Gretchen, I want people to do just like you said, and I'm gonna make sure I pin this what you said. Oops, sorry. Hold on. I'm trying to pin you. I'm not trying to keep it quiet. I'm sorry. I'm trying to pin what you said. I'm trying to pin what you said. Oh, okay. Oh, let me do it. Hold on. Did it go? Okay, this is what we need. We need to do this, people. Please vote. I will never tear down a sister, especially on her platform. Yeah, that's why I say, we can agree to this, agree. But we can agree to one thing, Gretchen, okay? Vote. We need to vote. And Jennifer, you said, I fear the draft. My husband retired from the Navy 20 years. It's hard enough getting the 18, 19, 20-year-olds the right. Wait, it's hard enough to get the 18, 19, 20-year-olds to do right volunteer being. To have mandatory would be awful. Yes. It would be. It would be very. And see, these are things like if Tulsi was in office. Look, I hate to keep bringing her up because I'm glad that you brought her up, Jennifer. These are things when it comes down to Tulsi. I think she would deal with matters such as this, right? She would deal with matters such as this. She's been out there. She knows what it is. But Tim Walz, he has not been in any war. Tim Walz, we can take it there. And even with Kamala Harris, she wasn't in any military. She wasn't. So who is she to make any executive order? I'm just being honest. So, we just have to put our differences aside, do our research, and also take into note that whatever you do, don't be at home watching the numbers. Go and vote. Go and vote. Don't believe all what you hear. Don't believe all what you hear and only half of what you see. Jennifer says Tulsa knows 2 times she's been in war. Her district was the fire in Hawaii. Wow. See, these are things I wish people actually, do the research. And see, I got on this live because I made a video, like I said last night, and it made some people upset. But it's like, for me, I have to trust and know when I do things on this platform, you're never going to see quote unquote violence. You're never going to see where I'm doing things to hurt myself or hurt others. You're never going to see that. And please be mindful. You do not know people's backgrounds. You don't know what people come from. You do not know me. You do not know my mother. You do not know my family. Okay? So when you make assumptions, please just keep in mind there's only going to be so much that I put out there. But just know, I am that type of person that speaks my mind. I am that type of person that actually stands up. Because if you don't stand up for something, you'll fall for anything. You will. You will fall for anything. And I appreciate you guys for coming into this live. Gretchen, I don't know if you're still here. I'll give you a blue jacket because, like I said, this is a platform that welcomes everyone, right? We can agree to disagree, right? We can agree to disagree. But I just want people to vote. And I had to make this video because I'm so frustrated with, I wish you guys could see what has been going on in the Southeast, the states in the Southeast of America, how Florida is looking during the recovery time. Like, what's going on? I wish you guys could see. So much has happened. And I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be able to talk to you guys. I'm blessed to be able to, as you see where I am, I'm blessed. I'm blessed to be in the position that I'm in. I'm blessed to have waken up. I woke up today. I met people like Jennifer. I met people like Gretchen. I'm talking to people like Jim. I'm talking to people like the Herbal Goddess. I'm blessed to have the right to be able to speak my piece, speak my voice. But I would not, and I repeat, not be something that I'm not. I'm not. Jennifer says, we have 20 days left to discuss. We should always be able to conversate about all. I never know where I will learn. I never know when I will learn something new. Exactly. That's why I say people have to wake up and not have their eyes closed shut. When you have your eyes closed shut, your mind closed shut, you will believe anything. And you will fall for anything. See, me, I'm the type of person, I'm not finna go back and forth with somebody just because we have a difference you know, in opinion. Does that make sense? I'm not going to say, oh, well, I'm blocking you because you for Trump. I'm blocking you because you for Kamala Harris. No, that does not get us anywhere. It doesn't. It doesn't get us anywhere. Because at the end of the day, we here in America, our lives are affected. And I even put it out there. People who live, I'm going to put it out there. People who live outside of America, especially with these bills being signed, and they're getting constant funding to support these wars, their lives are being affected as well. And I ain't going to say that the countries, I'm not going to get into it because I don't want nobody to come for me. But like I said, I just want to make this quick live. I appreciate you guys coming in, and I had to make a video, you know, stating that I'm going to do things on this platform moving forward that would do politics primarily. Please be patient with me. Be patient with me in the sense that Herbal Goddess says thank you. Herbal Goddess says facts. All of us need to work together, and that's why I did this live, right? That's why I did this live. We need to work together. We need to work together even on the YouTube content platform. Because I'm going to be very honest. Things that were said all because of a video that I did last night. Like I said, I didn't mean any harm. I don't do that. And I take it very passionately when things are put in the air about people that they don't know. You don't know my mother. You've never seen me. I take things like that very personal, very passionately. I do. Like I say, I come from a household where my father, he did not know how to read or write. But guess what? At the end of the day, he knew about the word called work. He knew about the thing called ethics. He knew about, to the point where he was able to buy a house. Buy a house. And I want people to understand that. My father bought a house that he wasn't. He bought a house and he did not know how to read or write. But he did the American dream. He did the American dream. So I'm not going to put my life at harm. Please know that. I would never put my life in anybody's harm. I wouldn't. Jennifer says, we have been divided. We have been divided by the great dividers for too long. The bars, I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional. The bars increase in the one that's been at war since 2022. We helped, I believe, 80 new businesses that are, I'm sorry. I'm just taking a deep breath, you guys. Gretchen says he was strong and so are you. Like I said, I would never put myself in any risk. And I'm new to this. I'm new to this YouTube content. I'm new to this. I am. I'm new to this. All I ask is that we support each other. And please don't be that division. That's what's even going on in the real world today. We need to stay together, band together. And even if we have a bit of disagreements when it comes down to politics, just like I pinned in this comment, what Gretchen said, you have to vote. If nothing else, as far as uniting. And Jennifer, let me read what you said one more time, because I was like, I'm trying to not get emotional. Jennifer says, we have been divided by the great dividers far too long. The bars increase in the one that's been at war since 2022. We helped, I believe, 80 new businesses that are bars there. I thank you guys for coming in, and I apologize for showing my emotions. I apologize. Herbal, the goddess, says, my mother did the same thing. She couldn't read. A single mother of 6 children, but nowadays it's different. These are things I don't feel that Kamala Harris can speak on. These are things that I feel Kamala Harris, she is not for the people. She's not. That's just, I don't know. But like I said, it comes different for me. It hits home. It hits home. Now, Donald Trump, I will say this. I'm not saying vote for Trump, vote for Trump. I'm not saying that. But we have to do better. And Herbal the Goddess, this is people like that, what you said, as far as you said, your grandmother. And like my father. People here in America have done so much. They have done so much for us to be in a better place, to be in a better setting. And I don't want those individuals to be in vain. So, like I said, Jennifer says, thank you for sharing. My parents, we're workers. Please check out Candace Owens on her research on Kamala 5 day. I you know what? That's one thing I did my research. I'm gonna look that up because I follow Candace Owens. I just want people to just kind of, just wake up. It's just a lot going on. And I apologize for getting emotional. That is very unprofessional. That is very unprofessional. I got to go. Stay strong, Queen, my sister. Thank you so much, Gretchen. I appreciate you for coming in. Thank you so much. Guys, thank you. And like I said, I appreciate all of you guys for coming in. The next live, I will have a conversation about goodbye, bye, Gretchen. Thank you so much for coming in. Jennifer says Candace is a real journalist researcher. Yes, she is. Jim says Harris is the ultimate puppet. Parachuted in. They threw her away. They threw away Biden 14 million primary vote. That alone should wake up Democrats. Exactly. Jennifer says, thank you. The Herbal Goddess says, yes, I watched some of Candace's videos. Jennifer says, Jim, 100. Yes. And on that note, I appreciate you guys for coming in. No need. And not Jennifer. The Herbal Goddess says, no need to apologize. You're passionate. Yeah, like I said, it's a lot that I have gone through. All of us go through. All of us go through stuff. But like I said, anything that I do on this channel, I'm new to this. My phone is about to die. Anything that I do on this channel, I'm new to this. Please be patient. But also, please keep into mind, be that banana. That's the inside phrase as far as keep supporting. Let's keep supporting each other. If you don't understand where I'm coming from, it's okay. If I understand if you don't understand, but just be mindful of what you say to somebody because you don't know how it affects them. You don't know how it really affects somebody when you say certain things, when you do certain things, and you move a certain way. Because, like I said, there's a reason I'm still learning this YouTube world. We have trolls. So, we have trolls, and trolls might take, take advantage of what you say, you may not even mean no harm. And I'm not going to say no names about who I'm talking about and what who I'm talking about and all of that. But I just want people to know, please be patient with me. I don't mean no harm. And the reason I got emotional is because, words were said as far as what my mom would think and all of this. Like, my mom knows what's going on with me. That's all I have. I have no quote unquote siblings. The only family I have is my mom. And that's being very frank. I'm being very transparent. There is no brothers, no cousins, no uncle, no aunts. My mom is my everything. She is my everything. Everything. And this is something I don't think Kamala Harris understands. Or even Donald Trump for that case, These are certain things I don't think, when it comes down to, you being in a world where it's just you and your mother, nobody else. Nobody else. So I thank you guys for coming in. I want people to take that in mind. Be careful of what you say. Be careful of what you do and how you move, and don't fall into the trap. And remember to vote. And we can all unite even on that, on a good note. And I will talk to you guys later. Thank you so much. Bye.